Hiya, Rick here. Just a video on the up and coming changes to the national minimum wage here in the UK. For those of you that don't know, from the 7th of April, which is the new tax year, all those over the age of 21 will be entitled to the rate for minimum wage of £11.50 an hour. Previously, it was only for those above 24, with those between 21 and 24 being on the slightly lower minimum wage. This will affect our day-to-day lives. Everyone thinks they're going to be better off financially, when in fact they're not. If you increase wages and people on national minimum wage by £1 an hour, which is in effect about 9.5% roughly. I haven't done the calculations, so it's a pure guess. You're going to affect the price of goods and services. This will have a knock-on effect with our already cash-strapped councils, our NHS, all the other government services, our food producers, companies that produce goods for other companies, companies that produce final goods for sale, all of whom are competing against companies in China, Mexico and India for work and services. And we are going to be in a situation where this could backfire and could lead to a rise in unemployment before the general election, which is going to probably be around about September, anywhere between September and December. I'm hedging bets a November election. They're claiming that we're going to be better off. Yeah, that's fine, so long as the price of food and fuel don't go up, and they are going up, especially if you happen your local fuel station is a Shell station. You'll notice it's about between 5 and 7p a litre more expensive than, say, BP, Texaco or whatever. We'll notice that in my area anyway. That's why we don't go anywhere near a Shell station to fill up anymore with our minibuses. How will it affect day-to-day living? Well, a lot of supermarkets and small shops rely on staff being paid minimum wage. If that goes up, they've got two choices: put the price up of the stuff they sell to us, or get rid of a staff member. If they can get rid of a staff member and carry on, they'll do that, so that's one on the unemployment list. If they can put the prices up because everybody else is doing it, that's fine. It keeps the unemployment figures one less on the unemployment figures, but we will end up paying more money for our goods. Companies, engineering companies, service companies that manufacture parts for other companies, does happen. You'll get companies all around the place that produce components specific to them that they then sell on to maybe 30 or 40 other different companies to use in their final products. Their prices will go up because their raw materials, if they're produced in the UK and shipped in the UK by lorry, will go up, and that may make them uncompetitive, which will lead to job closures, plants being moved abroad where they've got no minimum wage. Germany doesn't have a national minimum wage. France doesn't either, I believe. So that's probably why, one of the reasons why one of my former employees, when national minimum wage was, big American company, decided to shut their UK operations in 2010 when the national minimum wage was going up, and move everything to France. Same thing will be happening now. There'll be companies looking and going, should we invest in the UK? No, because we're going to have to pay our staff more money. We will see cash-strapped councils cutting back on services, and we will get less money, less bang for our buck with the council tax. I mean, it is already happening. My local council, I work for a county council. We've heard through the grapevine that they're no longer going to be financing any new adult social care places in day centres moving forward from 6th of April, because they don't have the money to do that. So it's a case of those that are on the waiting list will have to wait for somebody to either leave the area, stop going to the day centre because they've deteriorated too badly, or drop dead. They're the only three options. My local council that does bin waste, I was having my van MOT'd. One of their guys dropped in with a vehicle to be fixed, and there was another Essex County Council employee in there who just dropped a big lorry off to be repaired at the same centre. And we were all talking, and the guy from my local council said, he said, "You guys got any jobs going? Because they're getting rid of 10 of us come the end of March to try and balance the books on the waste." So that's all the ones that go out with the caged vans picking up rubbish from the sides of the road. You won't see so many of those about. You'll see fewer 3-man crews on the road, driver and 3 loaders. Be reduced to driver and 2. And having chased a dust cart round, I can tell you it's definitely not an old man's game. I've done it when you're 50 plus and you're trying to chase a dust cart around loading rubbish in the back. That really, 9 tons in a day with 2 of us. That took some going. So you'll see a lot of grumpy council workers, a lot of grumpy end users of day centres, a lot of bitching in the papers, a lot of bitching on Facebook about why their relative can't get in a day centre place. And this is going to happen across the UK. I mean, luckily neither of my councils have gone bankrupt yet, but you got ones like Birmingham and all that. This is really going to affect them. They're trying to, they've still got loads of people that they underpaid in the past that they've still got to pay, and now they've got this extra 9.5% for all the staff that are on national minimum wage. What do? They're going to start getting rid of more staff, possibly. Where do you stop? Most key services requires a number of staff. Then you've got the farmers. They're already under the cosh. They're going to have to pay their staff more money. So what do? Let go of farm labourer, bring in self-employed people who are not obliged to be paid national minimum wage. Do they robotise their fleet of vehicles? We'll have to wait and see. But I don't think it's going to go the way most people think, which is, yes, great, we're going to have an extra £1 in our pockets per hour to spend. I'm on 40 hours a week. I'm going to have an extra 40 quid. It's not going to work like that. You'd be lucky if you have an extra 2 quid. I mean, I work 20 hours a week in a job I enjoy because I'm semi-retired. But we're going, our job is such that we get paid way more than national minimum wage, because they know if they paid us national minimum wage, within a month, there'd be nobody left in the yard. We'd all have handed our month's notice in and gone. And that would happen across the county, and then there'd be no transport for any of the people going to day centres. We're competing against many other private sector companies for the same work, and they pay their staff. We have to pay their, if they're paying their staff more than we're getting, we go to work for them. So it's like this snowball effect. And this all comes out of council taxpayers' money as well. So, yeah, those that are on national minimum wage, you're getting a pay rise. Yes, brilliant. But don't be surprised if at the end of the week you're not any better off, because you won't be. Right, that's the end of this week's video. I am planning on putting together a video on private parking, because that crops up so much on my local Facebook groups with people giving wrong advice, people not knowing what to do, so please look out for that one. If you want to subscribe, feel free. I don't do that many videos, although I'm planning on trying to do a few more. I did start, and then life got in the way, as it does. So this is like the first video I've done in probably, I don't know, 18 months. So please hang on. I'm going to try and do at least one a month, then go to one a fortnight, then one a week as potential subjects arise. So this is Rick saying, stay safe, keep a smile on your face. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.